To anyone who's just joined or was gone for a little bit, does anybody want me to send the links again? Anything? Hmm? Okay. Give me a thumbs up if you have filled the attendance. Varsha, Sia, Priyanshi, Tejas, Shreya, okay. Prashasti, Hamsika, Sara, Tanuja, Sunana, Yalini, Dhriti, Harshita. If any of you have not done the shade, shadow, and texture module on DQ Edge or don't know shade, shadow, and texture yet, I think there's a class going on alongside that Velu sir is taking. It's called SST class 13, 14, and 15. I think you can attend it if you have not, if you're unaware of shade, shadow, and texture, then you can just drop in and see what's happening and try to understand what's going on. For everybody else, we're doing the NID 2020 paper. We're all doing it. Keep in mind that the paper has to be done and submitted by 8:45. Okay, maximum 8:50, but not beyond that. The link is also given in the chat, and all the attendance links are also given. The attendance links will close in some time, so you guys please do go and fill that out first. Okay, then start with the paper. The first question does not require a full page answer. You can draw a very small sketch of the first answer. Okay. Um, can you resend the attendance link? It's in same same message as the um, exam paper link. Okay. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, the first answer does not require a full page answer. You can just draw a small sketch. It's a analytical type question. Second, third onwards, you will have to use full A4 sheets. And this time, I want everybody to try and use as much color as possible as well. Okay. Try to draw more rather than write, because even in presentations, you see people generally do not like to read a lot of writing, right? So try to write as minimal amount of like stuff down as possible. Try to make sure your visuals show whatever it is that you are trying to express. Choose an interesting composition. Choose a light source. When you choose a light source, it will give you some amount of shade and shadow and texture. Put something in the background, something in the middle ground, something in the foreground, so that the image itself looks as dynamic as possible, right? Try to make the image as dynamic as possible and try to make it as unique as possible. Make sure it feels like your answer is not, your answer should not appear in anybody else's answer sheet as well, right? So try to make it as unique as possible and make sure that you try to include the best story you possibly can. Okay, the best story you possibly can come up with. Try to come up with that and try to use it, and manage your time well. Try to move as fast as possible. And yeah, any other questions? Even if you haven't, even if you've recently joined classes, it's fine. Just try the paper. It will tell you what to expect. Do only the sketching part now. Um, Even if you've done the paper before, do it again. And yeah, that's it. Anything
Ma'am,
else? Huh.
ma'am, in the second question, uh, it's asked about that 3-year-old child enters the
Hmm.
kitchen and observe the scenario. So, ma'am,
Hmm.
like it's up to us, like where the child is heading through, like towards the
So
window or
see,
बिल्कुल straight
if
forward
they
or
are if they are showing us a stool in front of the kid, then their indication is probably that this kid is going to climb onto the stool and do some chaos, cause some problems, right? So try to make him face forward itself. The stool is there for a reason. The stool is there for two reasons.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So
But
one
ma'am,
is
then window will not be included in the sketch, right?
see that you will have to tell that you will have to figure out.
No,
Think
okay, ma'am.
about
But
it.
I
Think
think from
about
the
it
logic,
because the child is actually
yes.
not that close. The child is not that close,
Hmm,
right? It's not that
okay,
close. So you will be able to see the window.
okay, ma'am.
Hmm. Anybody else? Rahini, Olive, Isma, Shreya, any questions? Archana,
Could you just share the link again?
for the
NID.
yeah. So everyone's doing the same paper. This is all the links are here. Where it says please start on this, right? By the way, you're very late. 45 minutes late.
No, ma'am, I joined. I left because there was an internet issue. I started mid.
Oh, you started the sketches?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. ठीक है. Varsha, Yalini, Zara. What about you guys?
I have a doubt.
Hmm.
And the second question, will the window be completely seen?
I will not tell you that. You're giving a paper. Finish the paper first.
Okay.
Oh, it can
The
be in
answer
2 point
is
perspective.
the answer is in the answer is in the image itself.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
in that image, can it be 2 point perspective as well?
How would it be 2 point perspective?
I mean, he can also look a bit slanted, a bit of the window and a bit of the table.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Like vertical 2 point perspective.
Um,
Or is
my
it better
suggestion
for
is my suggestion is read the question again and then look at the image. My suggestion is that. Trust me, the answer is right there. It's a very, 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 very straightforward question. All they're asking is how much time all they're asking is what your level of skill is at grasping the immediate small, small things that are given and just reproducing them directly, straightforward, without any complications. Yes? युवराज समझ आया?
yes, ma'am?
Try to finish the paper in the next half an hour, guys. Okay, Isma, Shreya, Olive, Ananya, any other questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Archana, Zara, Varsha, Dhriti, Shrimulia, Sunaina, Kavya, Tanuja. I haven't heard much from you guys, that's why I'm asking.
No, I have no questions.
Okay. Sunaina, Tanuja, Tejal,
No questions.
okay, Janvi, Mohit, Ruth, any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Priyanshi, Sia, Varsha, Tejas,
No, ma'am.
Ankita, okay.
No, ma'am.
Nandini, Aditi, Viraj. Archit. Okay. Let me know if any other questions, please. Okay. Dia, Tejas, Priyanshi, Shreya, Archit. Have you guys finished? How many questions have you all finished? Can you all put it in the chat?
Ma'am, two more questions.
Two left?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we all need to speed up, guys. Two done. Oh, okay. Speed up, please. Aditi, Shreya, Varsha, how many? Quickly tell me, Yuvraj, Ruth, Hamsika, Riti, Isma, Tejas. Tejas already told. Rahini, Olive. Okay, Sia, 4 done. Varsha, Harshnil. Okay,
Ma'am, three
guys, your
questions are
name.
done.
ठीक है, let's all just speed up, please. Sarah. Okay, some people are done with 4. Some people are done with 2. Some people are done with 3. Guys, I would ask everyone to speed up. Olive. Can you all start uploading the images of the questions that you're done with? We'll start reviewing them in a minute. Start uploading.
Ma'am, can we wait till 8:50? So sufficient questions would be done.
What?
Can we wait till 8:50?
Okay, fine. ठीक है. All I'm saying is just start uploading the ones that you've already done. What about so Harshita, Sia? Only 2 people have uploaded. What about you guys? Olive, Rahini, Isma? Rahini,
1 minute, I'm upload.
ठीक है. Shrimulya, Shreya, Archana. What about you guys?
Ma'am, I'm also uploading. I'm just
ठीक है. Riti, Harshita. What about you guys? Tara has uploaded, Sunaina uploaded, Harshita. What about Riti and Varsha? Varsha, what about you? Okay. Archana? Archana, Olive? Tejal, what about you?
Yes, ma'am, I will send.
Tejal.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Tejal, what about you? Hello, Tejal. Acha. Janvi, what about you?
Ma'am, I'm uploading.
Okay. Prashasti, what about you?
Ma'am, I'm just clicking pictures.
Taken. Who else is left? Vriti is still left, right? Harshita, what about you?
Mom, I uploaded two of them.
Acha, okay. Shreya, have you uploaded?
Ma'am, I'm uploading. One sec.
Okay. Ananya is done, right? Ananya, you've uploaded? Acha, it's not yet. Ankita, what about you?
I'm uploading.
Okay.
Loading, ma'am.
Okay. Nandini?
Ma'am, I'm uploading.
Aditi and Ankita? Shreya Nayak? Dia, what about you? Dia?
I'm 1 minute. I'll be uploading.
Okay. Okay, I'm assuming everybody sent, huh?
Yes, ma'am, I've sent.
Okay. Tia, have you sent? Dia?
Ma'am, I'm sending it now because I had to take it through my phone because I'm in laptop right now. So
अच्छा अच्छा ठीक है Nanya's done it. Aditi is done. uh, Shreya is also done. Tejas has sent. Varsha also I think has. Varsha, have you? She sent it. Sia, what about you? You've sent it, right? So you sent it in the beginning only, I think. Yes. Okay,
yeah,
Priyanshi has also sent. Very good sketches, Priyanshi. Really nicely done. Ankita, what about you?
Ma'am, I'm sending each one of them.
Okay. Ruth, what about you?
I've sent it.
ठीक है. Harini has sent. Janvi Reddy, what about you?
Mom, I sent.
Acha, okay. Prashasti has sent. Dhriti has sent. Harshita left. Till then, everybody else, please quickly finish the rest of the sketches. Harshita, you only sent 2.
Ma'am, I only
Are you-
finished. I'm doing the third one.
Okay, let's speed up, please.
Yeah.
Isma, what about you?
I'm still uploading it.
Okay. Nishchita, what about you?
Oh yeah, I'm uploading.
Okay. Then who else? Who else? Guys, let's all please catch speed now. I'll give you okay. I'll give you 10 more minutes for the rest of the questions. Is that fine? Can we finish it in 10? Okay, fine. 15? Is 15 okay? Give me a thumbs up if 15 is fine. I can't give you more than that. Let's all quickly finish the rest, please. And please send the rest of your sketches just as you're done with them so that I can review them and I know what I have to tell you, right? When I get to speak to you. Okay. Okay. So, Sia, you have put your first answer, like the tree wala answer. Okay. So, I feel like the first two are almost the same thing. Because the first one, it's like, okay, the branches are picking the person up, the second is the roots, but it does the same thing, right? I want you all to think about more specific answers and more like try to make your answers a little bit more like, well thought out in terms of like, what not just sorry not just the root picks him up and does this and the leaves shoot him and thorns and stuff like that, but something a little bit more thought out. Like one time this one person was telling us that the branches and the roots tangle and it makes a cage, right? And it makes a cage, so whoever's entered the cage will be held within it, right? So that was quite interesting. So I want you to think about more specifics like that. Okay. Then, see, with the cube wala question, I think most of you have done the same answer, and most of them have turned out correct also. If anybody wants to take a look at ones that I think are correct, look at Sia's answer, look at Harshita's answer, right? Um, yeah. So Sarah also has done a very good job. Sarah, Utna, you don't need to shade so much for that one because that's just an analytical question. It's not asking for any shading practice or anything like that. Take care. Then coming to the next one that Sia has sent. Sia, let the mind wander one, that one. It's a little bit more. Is she still here? Yes, she's here. Okay. So let the mind wander one, that has come out a little bit more simple than I wanted it to be. Okay. Whenever you're drawing these things, I want something in the foreground, in the middle ground, background, and there has to be some amount of shade, shadow, and texture. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So from next time, can I get a guarantee that there'll be something in the background, middle ground, foreground, as well as a light source that has been picked out, which gives us our shade, shadow, and texture?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So write those things down and practice them every single time you're giving a paper, okay? Harshita, you have sent me an image of the stool wala answer, right? I think that the child is a little bit farther away. It's a minute detail, but I will say the child I feel is just a little bit farther away. And also be very sure of the proportions of things like the drawers and things like that.
Okay,
Proportion
mom.
of the drawer to the stool and things like that. Also, all of those things are quite important. Okay.
Okay.
Mm, then coming to Sarah's sketch of the 5 uses of the bulb. See, I'll say keep in mind that when they're asking for humor, it truly has to be humorous, right? So I think that sip your favorite drink is not really as funny, right? And see, you found uses, but you haven't found humorous uses, right? Most of these aren't really humorous in that way, right? So I would like for you to take another look at it, okay? Um, then moving on to Sunaina, I am quite impressed with this yeah, this kid and the stool wala sketch. That one's turned out exactly how it's supposed to, so good on that. Your cube one has also turned out okay. Harini also the cube one has turned out okay. Priyanshi, very nice with the very nice sketch of the the stool and all of that. But I mean the stool really isn't there and there's a lot of things missing, but your 1 point perspective is quite solid. Okay. Sarah, nice shading on the cube wala answer. Um, Rahini, let me see. Rahini, you have to draw darker, okay? It's very hard to tell what's happening. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And the thorns one, the steel shield one. Okay, I want you to think about more complicated answers. Okay, try to think about vapors, try to think about poison, try to think about other ways, right? Try to look at other animals and stuff in nature. Chameleons are there, right? Poison dart frogs are there, right? Snakes are there, aardvarks are there, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
So there's so many things that you can take inspiration from, right? So I want you to do that and come up with complicated, interesting answers, okay? And same goes for the bulb one too. I think there's a lot of area that you can fill, a lot of things that you can find there and come up with a lot of interesting things. Okay, so I want your answers to be more well thought out. Okay. Okay, Priyanshi and Kavya, they've sent the cube wala question. Okay, nice. Okay, that is sorted. That is, it's turned out okay. That's fine. Then, Harini, I think, has sent the image of the stool from the kid's perspective and stuff. See, keep in mind the kid is as tall as the stool, right? It's a kid. So the stool is going to be at eye level, right? That's one thing. And also, most things have come out very flat here. Whereas if you're using 1 point perspective, all the, what are these? The compartments and stuff that are supporting the stuff on top, right? Those things they're gonna have leading lines. They're gonna go somewhere, right? Right. So keep that in mind and complete your 1 point perspective wala answer. Okay. Um, Okay, your bulb wala answers are nice. I think you can think of even more things, but nothing bad with these either. Okay. The trees one, I think I want you to, um, you know, I want you to think of more well thought out answers because I think you can do better. Okay. Is Dhriti still here? Yeah. Okay. So the same thing with the stool wala thing, the kid is gonna be at eye level with the stool, right? Read the question again and you'll see that the kid is actually gonna be at eye level with the stool. And also the handles for the different these things. Handles for the drawers and things are missing, so just add those. Okay. But the cube that you've done has come out perfectly fine. Nicely done.
Yes, thank you.
Hmm. Kavya, the stool one thing again. The stool would be at eye level with the kid, right? Ananya, the story that you've done with the pumpkin wala thing is actually really nice. I quite like it. I just want you to work on human figures a little bit more because I think you can do human figures a little bit better. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
And I
Thank you.
think you need to redo your cube one. It didn't turn out as it should have. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, got confused.
Hmm. Okay, Shreya, nice. Nice. The stool one is nice, but just keep the proportions of things the same. See, the shelf on top is not that big, right? And there, the tiles are, I don't even think there were tiles to begin with, right? And the legs of the stool are not the same. And the shelf on the right side is also not the same. So try to maintain the proportions of things as much as possible. The cube has turned out fine. Tejas, the question with the person and the pumpkin and stuff like that, right? I want you to add more shade, shadow, and texture. Okay, more shade, shadow, and texture, and add things in the background and in the middle ground also. Everything doesn't have to be in the foreground all the time. Okay. But the
Yes.
cube one has turned out correct. Varsha also the cube one has turned out correct. Varsha, the stool one has also turned out really nice. Just be very sure about the way that the wall is going on the left because the wall on the left has become a bit confusing. So be very sure about that one. Okay. Then Shreya Nayak. See, this was supposed the tree one is a full page question. Okay, you don't make the cube so small. Don't make the square so small in the corner of the sheet. Try to cover the entire sheet when you're drawing questions like this. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Similarly, for the other one also, the bulb question is also you're supposed to use the entire sheet. Okay. Also, I like your bulb wala ideas. The ideas are all nice. Okay. The cube is, yeah, Olive, the cube that you've done is fine. Vriti, also the cube is fine. Vriti, with the tree one, nice shade, shadow, all of those things, all of that is perfect. But I wanted to think of even more ideas. I think these have been done a little bit. Okay. Um, that's not Vriti, that's Sarah. I'm sorry. Sarah, the shade shadow is good. Okay. Is she still here?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah. Huh. So think about the ideas a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay. Take inspiration from different animals and different birds and such.
Okay.
That will definitely help. Okay. Then, Riti, the kitchen that you've done, be very sure about where the kid is standing, what is happening, because see, the things on top, half of them are missing, and then the perspectives of things are also not accurate, right? And be very sure about the lines that you're drawing. Do as much line practice as possible. Okay.
Okay.
Then, Prashasti, the cube that you've given is perfectly fine. I'll see where your other questions are and review them as I get to them. Ruth, okay. The bulb wala question is nice, but from next time use the entire sheet. Okay, so divide the sheet into 4 parts and draw on all four. One answer on all four. So Nana has raised her hand. What happened? Tell me.
Miss, I need to go now for dinner, but I wanted to ask before going that
Huh?
for the questions that I couldn't finish, should I still
Huh?
be drawing them during the weekend classes?
Sorry, your voice was breaking. What?
Should I show the questions that I couldn't finish today to you in
Huh?
weekend classes?
Yeah, that works. That works.
Bye, Miss.
Bye bye. Anybody who's gotten your review, y'all are okay to leave. If you've gotten your review, you're okay to leave. Um, Ruth, I want you to darken your lines. Okay. You have to darken your lines. Your lines need to
Okay.
be a little bit darker. And also, the kid would be on eye level with the stool. So remember that. Okay. Just look at the image again. The kid is actually not very tall. Same for Prashasti. The kid would be on eye level with the stool. Right? Then Riti, the three frames are really nice, but I don't think the proportions of the frames of this pumpkin wala question are the same as the proportions of the frame in the question itself. So just take a look at that. Okay. But apart from that, I don't have any problem with your visuals. I think try to add some shade shadow texture, please. Definitely add that. I think that will help a lot. Okay. Yuvraj, okay, the perspective and all is fine. Is this Yuvraj? Huh. Perspective and all is fine, but your lines need to be a little bit more sure, right? Lines need to be a little
Yeah.
bit more sure. Um, and the pumpkin wala story is based, your representation of the pumpkin wala story is based completely on the dialogue and not so much on the visuals. So the visual has to be strong enough that it explains what's happening. Okay. The cube is fine. The answer is fine. Prashasti. Um, I want you to use the entire sheet for the cube wala answer. Okay. The entire sheet has to be used for that. And I think some of these ideas are repeating a lot in a lot of our sheets. So let's all work on changing that and trying to make it as unique as possible.
Ma'am, did you mean the bulb question?
Yes, the bulb wala question. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You use the entire sheet.
All right.
See, try to keep writing a minimal amount because most of 99.9% of times they don't read the writing, right? So leave that till the end and keep it minimal. And similarly for the tree one, the ideas are coming out very similar. All of us are coming up with the same ideas again and again. So I think we need to diversify a little bit, make them as unique as possible. Make sure your answer does not appear in anybody else's question, right? In anybody else's answer paper, right? Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Ankita, with the question that they've given, the child wala question where there's a stool in front of him, see, the space where the child is standing is already given, right? If you look forward, you'll see that the stool is in the middle of his side, right? But you've ended up moving him towards the right, and I would not do that because the X where the kid is standing is already given. No. Is she here? Okay. ठीक है. Diya, you also the pumpkin question, you've changed the proportions of the frame from what it actually was in the question. So I would like you to keep it the same. Okay. If Diya is not here, let's skip. Okay. Diya. Okay. Then Sia, for this bulb wala question, see the heel one, the cell phone one, these are a little bit common. The idea one is the most common, right? So let's move away from those ones. Try to reject your first couple of ideas and go for something that's a little bit, just belongs to you, right? Okay. Harshnil, nice sketch on the stool wala sketch is quite good. Okay. The sketch after that, for some reason, is not appearing. So the second one, try to send it again. It's saying the file format is unsupported or something.
Ma'am, which one?
The second sketch, whatever it is that you've sent after the stool wala question, na? That's not coming
Hmm.
through. Try to send that up again. I
Uh,
can see your pumpkin wala. That one is quite solid. Nicely done. But
hmm.
see, the thing that I had said a couple of classes ago also, if they've given you three frames, make sure all the three frames are different because see, all three of your frames are exactly the same. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So all of
Yes,
the
ma'am.
3 frames have to be unique and quite different from each other. Okay.
Hmm.
Moving on, Vritti, the uses that you've found for the bulb are basically all like uses, yes, but they're not humorous uses, right? And so the question is not answered anymore, right?
Ma'am.
Huh.
Yeah, ma'am. I think you have not just reviewed, like, I think, did you review my tree question?
I don't know where it is. Was it there? If it was
Yeah,
there, I wouldn't have
I
skipped
think
it.
it's like down.
Acha, to fir then I'll
It's
get to
like
it.
complete. Yeah,
I'll
like
get
the
to it. I'm
last
going in
one.
order. I'm going
Okay,
in
okay.
order. Okay, 1 second. Shreya is here. Okay. So Vritti, those uses for the bulb are all uses, but they're not humorous uses. Humorous is what they had hoped for, right?
Yeah, okay. I'll work on that.
Shreya, the pumpkin wala story is mostly based off of the dialogue, especially in frame 1 and frame 3. So I would make sure the images themselves explain what is happening. Okay. Nishchita, the cube one is fine. The stool one, keep in mind the stool will be on eye level with the child because the child is not very tall. And the pumpkin wala sketch, you have to darken your lines because what's happening is it's almost impossible to see what's happening, right? Similarly, with the tree wala sketch, I would darken your lines and also change what's happening in every frame because so far all 3 frames have turned out the same, right? So, yeah. Okay, all 3 frames have turned out the same. Then Aditi, okay, the child, the stool wala sketch is fine. Even the cube wala sketch is fine. ठीक है? Nishita, you can show me your next sketch in class. That's fine. Ananya.
Mom,
Hmm.
Mom, I think you skipped my bulb wala question. It's
Who is
before the
this?
period. Mom, Nishchita.
I didn't skip it. I just said that the. Yeah, I didn't skip it. I didn't skip it. Yeah, see. Okay, yes. Okay, that's not yours. Okay. Option sketch 1 and 2 that you've done are almost the same, right? Um, and the last one is a little bit straightforward, but I like the other two. The other two are okay. But I think you or everyone, I would encourage you guys to do ideation exercises. Take up any question, any exercise you've seen on Edge anywhere, and try to find not one or two, but 5, 10, 15, 20 answers for it. And I think that'll sort our problem of coming up with ideas and stuff, right? Okay. Then Ananya Bhargav, the bulb wala question, all of them are quite valid. I like all of them. Nice,
Thank you,
except for the
ma'am.
last one. The dirty brush holder, it's not humorous, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, you skipped my stool question on the
कहाँ
in the
पे
very
है?
beginning. It was along with all of my other uploads in the beginning. I'll tell you the time. Uh, it's 2049. No, 2050 के around.
एक सेकंड.
2050.
कौन सा वाला? Stool वाला?
Yes, ma'am.
I reviewed it. It's just bent to one side, and see, I've hearted it also. Right? It's the only issue is that it's bent to one side, but I think that might be an image issue. I have no problem with that question. It's
Okay,
perfectly
okay,
fine.
ma'am. Okay, then I must have missed it. Sorry.
कोई नहीं, that's fine.
Thank you.
Haha, not an issue. ठीक है, Ananya's the sketch is done. Tejas, the stool wala sketch is fine. Nice. Makes sense. Okay. Then Tejas, the bulb wala, again, the idea wala is the most common idea that we can come up with for that, right? the pumpkin one also, see, everyone will realize everyone's pumpkin wala question, all the frames everyone has drawn have turned out almost the same, and that's the point. Everybody always puts the tree to the left and the guy to the right and the pumpkin to the right most, right? And then the pumpkin second frame is always a close up, and the third frame is him always kneeling on the ground begging for forgiveness. It's always the same. So let's all try to diversify our frames as much as possible, right? Because this is what I mean by if our answer ending up on somebody else's answer sheet is that we all end up drawing the same thing and then nobody really gets proper points, right? So yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Huh.
The bulb question of mine was kind of split up because I posted it slightly after the other like the first page. Did you see all five?
Uh, um,
It's okay if you didn't because I'll send it in.
Frankly, I don't know where they are. I've just
Okay.
seen two.
Okay. Okay. I'll send all of them
No,
together.
no, listen. I'm assuming the rest of it will be below, right? I'm assuming the rest of it will have been uploaded below. So when I get to it, I'll review it, right?
Yes.
Huh. ठीक है. Did you listen to me about the stool wala thing? Hello, Tejas.
Ma'am,
Did you listen to my review of your stool wala question?
I heard like it's fine, but I have to like get it better or like proper the things.
What things?
I'm not sure like I should get it faster. I mean more accurate.
Okay. And what about the pumpkin wala question? What did I say for that?
The lot empty space and then it's little too generic.
Okay. ठीक है. What about it is generic?
Ma'am, like the man sitting next to him is the pumpkin, and then the 1 second. Man sitting in next to the pumpkin, he's thinking, and the last two frames are almost very similar.
Okay. Okay. Moving on to Aditi's sketch. Aditi, no problems at all. Quite well done. Very nice. Okay, make sure that the proportion of the plate and the jug and all of those things are accurate because most people have trouble with that. And you also have had a little bit of trouble with the height of things, right? Proportion wise. So take care that those things are correct. Ruth, again, very similar with the pumpkin wala idea. The second frame is almost the same as everybody else. The first frame also turns out very similar. So let's try to diversify that as much as possible. Harshita, with you also, I want you to try and draw as many human figures as possible. Okay. Okay, she's not here. Priyanshi Sharma. Yes, she's here. Okay. So I like all of the bulbs one. My only issue with this sketch is that I wanted it to be a full page sketch. So the page had to be divided by 4 parts, divided in 4 parts, and then you have to draw 4 sketches over there and the fifth on the next side, right? That
Okay.
helps us get used to covering a large amount of area, right? Then, okay. Varsha, I really like the tree wala answer, but again, I wanted it to be a full page answer, and it really isn't. But your ideas are good, but I want you to diversify your ideas even more. Okay. I like the pumpkin one. It's a little direct, a little bit simple, right? But okay, it's clean, it's neat. It could use a little bit of shade shadow texture, but there's some stuff in the background, so I'll take it. Sarah, can you send your image again? The image that somebody has hearted twice because I can't see it, yeah. Okay, I don't think she's here. Okay, moving on. Yuvraj, the tree wala again, you have to diversify it even more. This is not your best. Okay.
Oh, ma'am, I had one more idea for it though.
So draw it and give me. Draw it and
Okay.
give me. And And the pumpkin one, it has like I said earlier also, your lines have to be more confident. Your lines have to know where they're going, right? Harini, what is this? Where is the Acha, this one. The human has to look human. And right now it really doesn't. I want you to practice humans as much as possible. Okay. Shreya, the tree question had to take up the entire page, but I like your ideas. I think that you should try to illustrate them once again and try to illustrate them properly because they're good ideas, but the sketch doesn't do them justice. Okay. Um, Coming to Tejas, the tree one. Okay, I'll take it. It's not the most unique idea. Resin is generally one of the answers that we usually get for questions like this. Resin or sap, or the um, roots are breaking up the earth and swallowing the people, or the branches are coming down and tangling up the people, right? Those are usually the answers we get for this one. So try to
Ma'am,
diversify your answers. Who is this? Yuvraj.
nothing.
Bolo bolo.
No, ma'am. One of the idea which I illustrated was that if like one person steps on the roots, it would like leak acid.
ठीक है. Okay.
Like
Is
the
acid
one which I
something
said.
you generally expect from trees?
No, it can basically just be like plant excreta, which they can send it through roots, which
ठीक
might
है.
become acidic.
ठीक है. That's fine. Works.
That's what I've illustrated in the answer sheet which I sent.
ठीक है. But sap, resin, plant excreta, same thing. We get a lot of leaves are blades. We get a lot of thorns, vines. Um, but I want you guys to think a little bit more different than that. Think camouflage. Can think like that cage wala answer, or think maybe if they can roll up, or they can grow in different ways, or they can communicate amongst themselves, or change
What if they
places,
can whip each other? Like,
or make you hallucinate. All of those things are quite cool, right? So I
Ma'am,
think take things from real life existing animals and then add them to the tree wala thing, and I think you could get some interesting combinations.
did you see the third tree thing of mine?
If it's down, I'll get to it. Otherwise,
No,
I'll
ma'am,
ask
it's
you to repeat.
exactly after the two of them.
I'm not there yet. 1 second. Let me just see Shreya's sketch. 1 second. This one is done. Then, yeah. So I saw your tree one. I saw the other tree one also. Yeah, I saw your tree once. I reviewed it also.
Oh, okay.
That's what we were talking about just now. They
Oh,
just have to
okay.
pay attention.
No, ma'am, because you've seen the two of them, two, and then you started another conversation. So I thought you'd skip
No,
the third one.
somebody was asking ki they had submitted something, and then he was asking ki he was suggesting what he had answered.
Ma'am, and then you told the hallucination, right? So my third
Yeah,
idea was like the
but the thing is, the
tree would
sketch,
reach.
I
So
can't tell what's
that's why I asked
happening.
again.
Listen, I can't tell what's happening in
Ma'am,
the third sketch.
that's the another thing where like the when the tree is damaged or something, it would release light.
Okay, but I can't tell that it's releasing light.
Oh, okay, yes, ma'am. I'll
The
try
sketch needs to
better.
be clear. The sketch needs to be clear, right? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Then Ruth. Okay. Rapidly regenerates, overly crowded branches, sharp prickly thorns. The prickly thorns wala generally we get as an answer. Regenerates wala is nice, and the branches all being tangled together is also really nice. Then Ananya, the rose thorns wala is usually what we get, and the fumes one also we get. Bigger leaves for in
Invisibility.
invincibility.
Invisibility.
Invisibility. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I would rethink that one a little bit. Okay. I think
Uh-huh.
there's other specific ones that you can find that would really work. Right. Okay. Ananya, the poster, I want you to
Okay, ma'am.
work on it once again. Not your best work, okay? Ananya, the poster, work on it once again.
Ma'am, I ran out of time, so this is like 5 minutes. I'm sorry.
Okay. ठीक है प्रशस्ति the poster is थोड़ा सा two dimensional, it has turned out a bit two dimensional. I want you to add more 3D-ness to it, more it should have some amount of depth to it. Archana, all of your answers, none of them have come through. Like, I can see that you've uploaded something, but if I'm downloading it, if I'm opening it, it's saying that the file type is unrelated, or like its file type is not supported. So, Archana, you might have to upload your stuff again. Um, Dhriti, the next question that I see that you've given, I like all of your bulb wala ideas. I think that the bug wala is a little bit strange, but we've seen it before. So it's all of these answers we have seen them before, so they're not wrong and they're not like, you know, there's nothing off about them. But I think that I want you to try and go for something a little bit more unique, right? Make sure at least out of the five, at least two are there that won't appear on anybody else's paper. Okay. Um, Okay. Tejas, the sketch of the human being with the quote and everything, I like it, but again, I wanted you to use some amount of color, some amount of shade, shadow, texture. That was something I really wanted. Okay. Shade, shadow, texture, and foreground, background, middle ground are important things to do. Okay. Harshneil,
Yes.
the knowledge wala sketch is really good. Really nicely done. Superb. Okay. Finally, Tejas, the bulb wala again.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
idea one I've seen before. It can be used to show an old automation is back in shape. Okay, not really humorous, but okay. As a prop light for horror movies, okay. Instead of using old bulbs, preserve it and use new lights to lighten its showcase. Not really humorous. Old bulbs can be used by old people to indicate they have an idea. I mean, the idea when you did it twice. Okay.
I ran out of
Uh,
ideas, ma'am.
so the bulb has gone off, that means. Okay.
Yes.
Priyanshi Sharma. Again, the knowledge one has turned out a little bit flat. There needs to be something in the foreground, background, middle ground. All of those things have to be added. Same goes for Archana also. The knowledge wala question. And the tree wala question again, all the frames that you've done, Archana, for the tree wala question, all of those frames are the same image again and again, right? And it's the dialogue that's really carrying the story. The images should be carrying the story and the dialogue should be supporting, right? And similarly for the other tree wala question also, where they have to find thorns and all of that, है ना? It's the same image over and over again. All of those are the same images again and again. The images itself are supposed to explain what's happening in the story of the pumpkin or what's happening in the tree wala thing where they have self-defense mechanisms, right? The images are supposed to explain what's happening, not the text. The text is just a supporting character, right? So just make sure that the visuals are the thing that is explaining what's happening. Similarly, for okay, the cube one is nice. Okay, cube one is nice. That works. The answer is fine. And another person has sent the cube one. Harshnil, yours is also okay. Archana, the bulb wala try to remember that the question says that the answers have to all be humorous, right? So at best, two of these five are humorous. The others will have to catch up with that. Okay. Anybody else who is left to get a review?
Ma'am, any tips on not getting confused with the cube one?
So do a lot of spatial awareness exercises. Like you can legit, like, find those origami mats, right? On Pinterest, and you can try to recreate them. And because of that, your spatial awareness will get really, really good.
Okay, ma'am.
Or
Thank you.
do
Yeah.
magic cubes. Try to find magic cubes. Do solve those magic cubes, right? The ones that fold out into many shapes, and then when you fold them back, you have to find your way back to the original cube, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Those, or even Rubik's Cube and things like that help with spatial awareness.
Okay, ma'am.
Um, yeah, and do those exercises where you keep five, six inanimate objects in front of you, and you have to imagine what the backside of them looks like, and you have to draw it out. That helps with spatial awareness as well, right? Any other questions?
Ma'am, I wanted to ask. I actually went to the offline center today in Indiranagar and we did the
Hmm.
23 paper. So I joined because I wanted to ask how to manage time, ma'am, in runs. Because like it depends on the number of questions and the marks, right? And I got kind of confused today, and instead of doing it in 2.5 hours, I finished it in 1.5 hour. But then I kind of missed. Like I didn't do it that well because I was like fast, fast, fast. So it was like bad on quality, but like I completed them. I could only do
Hmm.
one question properly. Could you explain the runs and time management per question then?
Okay, so the runs are basically there's a 3 hour paper, um, and you would take 30 minutes to do the MCQs in the NID questions, right? 30
Yeah,
minutes, because there might be anywhere between 25 to 40 questions. And then what happens is the second half of the paper is the drawing question, and it'll be anywhere between 60 to 80 marks, right? So now, for example, if the drawing questions are worth 70 marks, right? And you have 150 minutes to solve the entire thing, to solve the sketching part of it, right? 2.5 hours is 150 minutes, right?
yeah,
And the questions are worth, or maybe the questions are worth 75 marks, the drawing questions. So if you take the 150 minutes that you have for two runs, so if you divide 150 by 2, it would be 75, right? So
yeah.
75 minutes per run, right?
Okay. Yeah,
So for run one, you would have an hour and 15 minutes, and for run two, you would have an hour and 15 minutes, 75 minutes each, right?
yeah,
So now imagine the questions, the drawing questions, if you add up all the marks, they were both 75 marks, right? So then it would be 1 minute per mark in run one. And then the entire paper, you've done it once in run one, and then you perfect it and complete it in run two, right?
yeah,
So in run one, 75 minutes are there, and the question paper has 75 marks worth of drawings, right?
yeah,
So 1 minute per 1 mark in run one, right? So now, for example, that 75 marks is divided into 5 or 6 questions that have different weightages. So one is 20 marks, one is 5 marks, one is 10, one is 15, right? So
yeah,
if there are 75 marks worth of drawings and 75 minutes, so then a 20-mark question you would do in 20 minutes, correct?
yeah,
In run one,
yeah,
you would spend 20 minutes on that 20-mark question. And then in run two again, you would spend 20 minutes on that,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So now, for example, if you have 70 minutes, 75 minutes in run one, but you only have 70 marks worth of drawings, then how would you divide it? You would have a little more than a minute for every mark, right? So what I would
Yeah,
say is, if you have 75 minutes in run one and you have 70 marks worth of drawings, pretend you have 70 minutes in run one. Then you'll end up with 5 minutes extra, है ना? So
yeah,
you can use it later.
yeah,
Okay. Now, if you have 75 minutes in run one, but you have 80 marks worth of drawings, then you have less than a minute per mark, right?
Yeah.
So instead of really calculating ki, oh, should I use 19.3 minutes per for the 20 mark question, instead of calculating that much, you can see how many questions do I have. So I have 6 questions and the total for those questions is 80 marks, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have 75 minutes. So I want to finish that 80 marks worth of drawings in 75 minutes. So all I would do is, instead of doing this much math key, how much exact time should I spend? I would just, instead of spending 20 minutes per 20 marks, I would spend 19 minutes per 20 marks. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if there's 5 or 6 questions, if there's 6 questions, in all the questions, I would minus 1 minute. And so because of 6 questions, I would have minus 6 minutes, right? In total,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
So 80 marks ka paper you had to do in 75 minutes, but you minus one mark from all of them. So you did it in 74 minutes. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Get what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Got it.
And see, it doesn't have to be that strict also. Just make sure that in the first hour and 15 minutes, you've gone over all the questions and you've ideated completely. You've decided what you want to do. You're very sure about what needs to be done. And you started putting down all the basics onto the paper. So at the end of run one, you want to have at least your basics done, right?
So run two
And
is all
then
about rendering.
yes, run two is all about rendering and finishing up and deciding, ki, okay, this one's perfect, let me move on to the next one, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Does
Mom,
that make sense?
yeah, I'm getting it.
It'll come together. Don't worry.
Mom, what if there's like 60 marks, 75 minutes, run one?
60 marks, 75 minutes, then it would be, so for example, if 60 marks, so say there's 4 questions worth 15 marks each. So 15 times 4 is 60, right? So, and you have 75 minutes. So if you do, see, how much surplus time would you have? You have, if you do 1 minute per mark, right? Then you will be done in 60 minutes, right?
Yeah.
You'll have 15 more minutes left. So the 15 more minutes, you can just divide it into 4 questions. If all 4 questions are worth equal marks, right?
Okay.
So you can just do either you can just do 3 times 4 is 12, right? So you can just add 3 minutes to all of them. So that you would have given them 15 minutes, you're giving them 18 minutes, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got it. Like that.
Or, but if all 4 questions are worth 15 minutes, 15 marks each. But if
Yeah.
one of them is worth 10, one of them is worth 11, one is 17, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Then you can just see the size of the question. So one size can be 5 marks, one question can be 15, one can be 20 marks, right? So the 5 mark question, you just give it one more extra minute, right? Instead of giving it 3 extra minutes,
Yeah.
right? And the 20 mark question, you give it 4 or 5 extra minutes. Instead of just keeping it at 15 or keeping it at 18, you don't have to do the very nitty gritty stuff. If it's 60 marks worth of questions and it's 75 minutes and all 4 questions are worth the same amount of marks, just take the 75 minutes and divide it by 4.
Okay.
है ना?
Yeah.
You'll get 18.75 minutes per question. So
Yeah.
18 minutes per question you can spend.
Yeah. Okay. On this, I was worried that I don't want to like sit in the exam hall and be calculating all the minutes for every
Hmm.
question. It's like uneven marked. So should I just remember it कि 75 का इतना, 70 का इतना, 60 का इतना for equal marked questions, and uneven तो I'll figure it out that time.
Ha. You can do that. Just every time you're doing a paper, do it like write this thing down. Okay.
Yeah.
And तुम्हें खुद ही याद हो जाएगा कि किसमें कौन सा कितना टाइम लगाना है.
ठीक है. Ma'am,
Hmm.
also, do you have an estimate कि weightage क्या होगा इस बार aptitude to sketching weightage, like by chance? Do you?
देखो एस्टिमेट तो नहीं है. um, इस बार क्योंकि things are very different, but we think that the drawing questions, I mean, my assumption is the drawing questions um, would be around 60 marks. I'm assuming, like, 60. And I think this time there'll be ideation heavy questions.
Okay.
Ideation heavy questions is what I'm assuming will be asked this time. But
Okay.
this is again clearly my own, assumption
Yeah.
based on, past evidence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, hmm.
Okay, got it. Wait, I had asked one more thing, I forgot. Uh, yeah, you said that paper is different, right? Ma'am, will there be a portfolio round for the in-person sensitivity test?
No. So far they have not said anything about that. ठीक है? Go through the handbook again, admissions handbook again. एक बार पढ़ो उसको, and just word search if there's a portfolio, anything required. When I read it, मुझे कुछ नहीं दिखा कि portfolio requirements. मुझे तो उसमें नहीं पता चला कि कोई. I don't think that there's a portfolio requirement. In-person sensitivity test is going to have you do some exercises in person in front of them. I don't think it's a portfolio round. ठीक है?
Oh, okay, because they didn't write what it is. They just wrote in-person sensitivity test, like finish, topic over. Like they didn't write portfolio review, nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. I don't think there will be. I don't think there will.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, you're gonna be at Whitefield tomorrow, 9 to 12,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'll be there.
Or will you stay more after 12 or what?
I will stay till I can stay till 12:30 or maybe even 1. Let me see. Depends on what is required. If you need, I can stay.
All right, ma'am. Okay. Which paper will we do tomorrow?
I will not tell you that now.
Okay, ma'am. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Bye. Yes.
I joined late because I was out. I joined for the review session. Can I get the question so I can do it at home?
Sure. I've put it in the chat, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.